Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and now Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys, for watching, commenting, subscribing, being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, it don't work without you guys, man. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods up there. And how are we doing on this Friday afternoon? I can't wait because the NFL season is over, but X gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. That's right. We got the XFL tomorrow. We're gonna actually be there tomorrow. They've got like a whole free food fest starting at 11, where they've got local food places that are going to be like having a whole community event. The game kicks off at 2 o'clock, the very first XFL game. We're going to be there. We'll be live streaming from the game, giving you the sights, the sounds, the hits, bringing it all to you because that's the way the Joe Boo Sports Report rolls. You know, if it's new, we're going to bring it to you. But here we are. I got to reset the clock. Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe, just maybe, I'll do that today. I'm thinking that maybe we need to do a countdown to free agency. I know that it seems like football season is so far away, but in reality, it's not. Today's what, the 7th? Do you realize by the 25th of this month, the 25th, teams can start designating franchise and transitional tags to players? They have to have that done by March 10th. Now, Stephen Jones says he expects things to heat up with the Dak Prescott contract situation because they need to get that done. And for a couple of reasons, okay, I know a lot of people are thinking, you're hearing the talking heads having a field day because here it is. The Dallas Cowboys, as always, have all kinds of drama for them to talk about. Because, they sit there and say the Super Bowl's over, man. We ain't got nothing to talk about. Dallas Cowboys, let's find some drama. Let's make some drama bigger than what it really is. Let's go ahead and say, oh my God, the Cowboys, Tom Brady, it just looks right in Dallas. This is like the same kind of stuff that we heard from them talking about Tony Romo was going to be traded to the Redskins. Kirk Cousins was going to be traded to the 49ers. You remember those? You remember those kind of rumors and things? That Tony Romo was going to be playing in Denver. And, 3 years ago, Colin Cowherd was talking about Tom Brady being to Dallas. And now we're going the whole wash of how the Cowboys can save money on Dak Prescott with this quarterback. That you get fatigued with it. But reality is, for all you guys that don't like Dak, well, he's going to get a long-term deal. I can guarantee you that. It'll get done. And I think it will get done before free agency, and I'm going to tell you why. As much as everybody says, just franchise tag him, make him prove it for, another year before you pay him big money. Well, the Dallas Cowboys always seem to make the wrong moves on those. They always tell you how they're going to be frugal on contracts. We're not going to overpay a guy, and yet they do with DeMarcus Lawrence, and yet they do with Zeke Elliott. And they go through all this litany of drama before then. And again, I guess it doesn't really hurt the bottom line because the Dallas Cowboys, the highest by far in attendance figures in the NFL. So it's not actually hurting Jerry Jones if he ends up paying, DeMarcus Lawrence an extra $10 or $15 million. He's doing what's definitely working for his business model. And why should we expect the Dak Prescott situation to be any different? So I keep hearing everybody saying you don't want to tie up all that money with Dak Prescott because, you just don't know. Well, here's what I will say. Dak Prescott has improved every year. And listen, take your haterade glasses off. Take your haterade glasses off. Just hear me out here. Just hear me out. Here's what you can say. Is he the best quarterback in the NFL? Pat Mahomes? No, he's not that. He's certainly not the worst. He's a guy who has not missed a game, who has steadily improved, who you can arguably say is a top 5 quarterback and getting better. All this handicapped with a coach that most experts will agree, as well as casual fans, was a very limited offense that didn't really use his best skill sets. Getting outside the pocket, play action, his legs. Now, it'll be interesting to see what a coach who has actually coached a Hall of Famer, Joe Montana, as well as Brett Favre, and I'm sure, Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers. Let's see what that guy does with Dak Prescott. Okay, just follow me now. It behooves you to get this thing done. Just like D-Law's contract, as big as it is, basically really only added 2 more years to the franchise tag. That's all it really did. You were going to pay D-Law if he had stayed on franchise tag, the $21 million anyway. All you did was basically add 2 years to the deal. So you got this year and next year, and you can walk away with no pain. Zeke Elliott, well, you got 3 more years before you can walk away with no pain, even though you paid him a boatload of money. But when you look at Dak Prescott doing something that no other quarterback has done for the Cowboys, and that was not missing a game for 3 years, he's done it for 4 now. No other quarterback for the Cowboys ever went 3 years straight without missing a game. You look at that and say durability, above average quarterback, and getting better, and was on a limited system. You do a deal that, again, 3 years, 4 years away, you can walk away from. It's no problem. If you do that, one, you won't eat up all this cap. Because if you franchise tag him, that's a hard number. And that franchise tag price is going to go up because Pat Mahomes and Deshaun Watson are also going to get their money. So you're looking at probably maybe a $35 million franchise tag price. That's a hard number. That's going to eat up the lion's share of that. If you end up doing a long-term deal, your cap number may only be like 25, saving you about $10 million on that cap for this year. They don't tell you that, though, do they? Russell Wilson's deal, $35 million a year. Last year's number was 25. 25 for next year sounds a lot better than 35, doesn't it? But here's what else it'll do. It will actually save you money elsewhere as well. Because a lot of people are on the fence. Amari Cooper, he disappeared down the stretch. Do we get him a long-term deal? What do we do in this situation? I don't know. How's it going to go? We give him a long-term deal, and these nagging injuries are like Des Bryant. He can't get on the field. That's where you use your franchise tag. Because when we go through and look at wide receiver compensation, Julio Jones, 22. Michael Thomas, 19. Tyreek Hill, 18. Odell Beckham Jr., 18. And Mike Evans at 16.5. It's a lot of cheddar. That's a whole lot of cheddar. So as you go through and you look at that, if you get him a long-term deal and you're not sure if he's going to be able to hold up, you got to figure that he is somewhere between Tyreek Hill and Michael Thomas. That's a lot. And then you're tuned in for the long time. You'd be better off using the franchise tag on him and getting that number in around 17.5, 18 for 1 year. In which case, that right there gives you the option of saying, it's 1 year. If he can't hold up, we can let him go. No pain. We can save a little bit of money right now, and we have his services for a 1 year trial. But wait, there's more. Because here's the other part. If you're not using the franchise tag on Dak, you could turn around if you deem that Byron Jones is a guy you want to keep, but you're not sure you want to have him with a $75 million contract. You look at Howard at $15 million a year. You look at Josh Norman at $15 million, although I think that he's going to be cut by the Redskins. Tremaine Johnson, 14. Xavier Rhodes, 14. And Patrick Peterson at 14. The average of that salary is 14.5 of the top 5. Transition tag would be even less. So you could turn around and use the transition tag on Byron Jones. If somebody wants him, they got to give you draft picks for him. If not, you lock him in for one more year on another prove it type of a deal. This way, you've got Dak, say hypothetically, at 25. You got Amari Cooper at say 18. So now you're talking about 43. And then you got Byron Jones for about 12. That gets you to 55. And that still leaves you with 20 million more to work with before, and I'm going to tell you, before the players sign the CBA. And if they do, it'll be about another 10 to 15 on top of that salary cap. And that's before you make something with Tyrone Crawford. Tyrone Crawford, more than likely, I think, will be cut because he's a $10 million cap hit coming off hip surgery off both hips. I'm not suggesting that I want to get rid of Tyrone Crawford, but at $10 million a year, coming off hip surgery, sorry, that's just too big of a number. So there are ways of doing this, and it would behoove the Dallas Cowboys, like I said last year, get this deal done now. Get it done now, get him signed, and then, now, there's one other fly in the ointment. Depending on the CBA being signed, you may only be able to use one of those designations. But you're far better off having a contract for Dak saving $10 million for this year versus having to sign Amari Cooper, in which case you're going to end up not saving anything. So we'll see how that goes. I am back here and it's pouring down rain and I've got to go pick up some wood so we can get those racks and stuff built for you guys. I'm Mark Holmes and I will talk to you guys soon.